Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. In this video, I'm going to show you the progress of my cool season vegetable plants so far. Peas are actually ready to go in the ground, and I'll probably go ahead and get those in the ground this week. I'm going to go ahead and do my peppers, go ahead and get my peppers started today. Peppers take a little while longer to germinate than some of the other summer vegetables, so I want to get those in this week. And likely next week tomatoes, and then I'll probably go even 1 week further than that for other beans and squashes and those kinds of things, because those things come up really, really fast and can go in the ground within 3 weeks. And again, the date I'm going to put those summer things in the ground is sometime after April 20th. Peppers, I probably will wait until May. The nights need to be in the 50s really for peppers. You won't hurt them. I mean, a frost would hurt them for sure, but you won't necessarily hurt your peppers by putting them in the ground a little earlier than that, but there's just no point. If the ground's not warm enough, they just won't do anything. They'll just sit there and they're outside, vulnerable to the elements or a potential frost or that kind of thing. So I'll just wait until May, and they just require, you know, the soil to be warm, the air to be warm, everything to be warm in order to actually get going. So I'll protect them in the house until then. So I'll give you a close-up here of how these things look so far, and then I'll show you my pepper planting. If you haven't been following along so far with this, I built this rack 3 or 4 weeks ago, and there's a video for that with the fluorescent lights on it, and then there's some LEDs down here that I'm about to start using. Today I actually haven't used them yet. I've just been using the 2 fluorescent lamps that I have up here at the top. But you can see these peas here, how great they look. Let me pull one out. Oh yeah, this is absolutely perfect roots. These are definitely just ready to go in the ground. Let's pull another one out. Yeah, that's absolutely perfect right there. So I'm going to get those in the ground this week. I will have a frost protection blanket, which you could use a sheet or any light material to cover these if we're going to get a frost. They're frost resistant, but I don't want ice directly on them. So if it's needed, I will cover them up with that. But I'll show you how I do the pea planting when I get to it. I have not thinned all of my lettuce yet down to 1 plant in each cell. Every time I come over here and check on watering and that kind of thing, I do a little bit, but I haven't done them yet. But you can see back here, hopefully, how nice this lettuce looks now. It's filling in nicely. I'm going to give these another week on the rack before they go in. And then down here, same thing. This broccoli could definitely use another week. But all of these other lettuces are filling in very quickly. That kale back there is pretty much almost ready to go in the ground. So everything's looking very good. About a week away from everything going in the ground, and the peas are ready today. I've been running the lights 14 hours on and 10 hours off. So they come on about 6 o'clock in the morning. They're going off about 10 at night. My neighbors can see through these windows, even with my little thin curtains closed. And so there's no telling what they think I'm growing in here. But as you can see, it's just vegetables. I'm going to turn these lights off for now, so the camera works a little bit better. But I'm just doing 2 trays of peppers. I don't do a heck of a lot of peppers really, and pepper plants get, you know, this big by this big. So how much? This is 100 plants. I'll probably end up giving some of them away, but I'm just doing some sweet bell peppers and doing some jalapenos and doing some habaneros. So basically, it's just a mix of those. I'm going to do about maybe 3 rows of each, and I'll do these with 2 seeds in each cell. If you didn't see anything about these trays or what I'm filling these trays with, that was an episode a couple weeks ago. I'm going to do these updates, vegetable updates, every single Monday if I can, if time allows. And so every Monday you'll see how the peas got planted. You'll see, like today, peppers. You'll see next week I'm doing tomatoes. You'll see the update on these on all these lettuces and that kind of thing. They'll be going out next week, so on and so forth, for the next at least 12, 14, 16 weeks. I'm also doing some microgreens that will be in an upcoming Monday as well. But I just take my screwdriver. Again, on the back of the package, it's going to tell you, you know, the depth. And on most of these peppers, it's only 1/4 of an inch. So you're just barely putting any soil over the top of a pepper seed. So, you know, we don't want to go down very deep with these at all. I use this screwdriver to poke down about a quarter to a half an inch, and just like that, very, very quickly. And then on this California Wonder pepper, I try to open these pretty carefully because I'm gonna have some extra seed. And I may do, sometimes I'll do round 2. Peppers, it's a little difficult to do round 2. They take a good portion of the summer. But things like cucumbers, my cucumbers tend to burn out. And I can do a second round of cucumbers typically every summer. And I end up getting better cucumbers by planting 2 rounds of cucumber plants rather than trying to nurse them through for a longer time. And I am finally into this package. It did not want to open up. These pepper seeds are tiny, so just letting you know that they're a little more difficult to work with than some. And you can choose to, you know, get 2 out at a time with your finger and just drop them into those little holes I just created and cover them lightly, tamp them down. The soil is well wet. I showed that in the video 2 weeks ago. So again, you can do them 2 at a time like that. You can tap on the package, you know, and try to ease them out, but you'll end up dropping 6 in one hole and 1 in another. Sometimes I got, okay, this one went perfect, and I got 2 in that hole. I will eventually, when these come up, thin them down to 1 plant in each cell, but I find that doing 2 in each, you won't get as many pepper seeds as you do on some other things. Like for $1.89, you're gonna get enough pepper seeds to probably, if you do 2 per cell, probably do, you know, maybe 20 cells, something like that, as opposed to something like this lettuce right here, which I did an entire, you know, half a tray on one of these trays up here, and I still have enough seed to do 2 more trays. So that's pretty typical. And this was, you know, both cost the exact same. The pepper seed must be a little more difficult to acquire, and it makes it a little more expensive, but also you end up getting a little bit less in each packet. So keep that in mind. If you're doing a lot of peppers and you're buying these little packs, right now you may want to buy 2 packs of the ones that are your favorite. So I'm going to get these trays finished, get them on the rack, and that's pretty much it for this episode. Next week you'll see how I put the peas in the ground, and I have some little fencing out here that I will allow them to climb on. I have to protect them from the rabbits. These lettuce, any of these salad greens, and you know, like kale, broccoli, peas, they're rabbit magnets. So I definitely will you need some sort of fencing around them if you think you have rabbits, or you need to put things in containers. And I will be planting some of this lettuce in containers as well. So thank you very much for watching. Again, I'm going to try to do these updates every single Monday, and so you can go back and watch how I built this rack, and then how these seeds were put in, last week's update, and now this week's update. Thanks for watching.